Well, hello everyone, and welcome to our teacher time blocking planner. I love planners, and I really, really love this one especially. And I wanted to just take a chance to walk you through how this planner works. So, starting over here on the left, we're going to just make sure that you, first of all, know how to zoom in and zoom out. This drop down menu will either increase the size or zoom you all the way out to see everything. So, this is super duper handy. We're going to focus over here, though, right now on your tasks and events planner. So everything in this template is editable for you. You can click into the cells and change what it says. Maybe you just want to call this let's say my school year at a glance. I mean, whatever you want it to say, you can completely edit this here. So the way that it works is whatever your to-do list looks like for a particular week would go into this giant checklist. So think about the week that you have coming up. You're going to go ahead and double click on the date to choose your date. You can fill in whatever your to-do is, when it would start, when it would end, and then you're going to give it a category. So in order to kind of see how this is all going to manifest for you, I am going to zoom us out. So thinking about like this part first, now if we come out to 90%, you can see the rest of this planner. So getting your categories sorted will be an important first step because those categories are going to be what you drop down over here. So for me, when I'm planning lessons, I like to focus on the two categories for planning. Zoom in plans are things that I'm doing for day to day, right? Like I need to print this particular handout. I need to put up my station signs. I need to remember to email this person's mom, right? These like little things that are the day to day. The zoom out is when I'm doing planning that is big picture, or I'm looking at something from a very like global perspective. So maybe I am organizing my year-long essential questions Socratic seminar, or I am gathering my summer reading list for next month's promotion, whatever that might be. Those are the big like zoom out tasks. I put here organization, like just generally like physical organization of my classroom or of materials or of people if I need to be doing that. I have another category for myself called department tasks. So these will be things that I'm doing as a team leader or meetings that I have to go to or checking in for an evaluation, things like that. Grading gets its own category, and I think grading is a really important thing to schedule for yourself when you're going to be grading. If you have ever listened to the Brave New Teaching podcast, Marie and I are the co-hosts, and Marie talks all the time about grading parties. And so twice a week, she throws a grading party and she makes it this really fun time for herself where she like will, honest to God, plan snacks and time and music and just knocks everything out in these kind of like 2 sessions. And so having it planned is really helpful for her because she's making sure that she has a starting point and an ending point and she's not just putting it off. So that's grading in this color. If you have any PD or growth opportunities, especially over the summer, or maybe you have an ongoing meeting with your department chair. I'm someone that does PD and I love coming to schools to do that. So if you have a PD coming up, you can categorize it with this color, and then just some personal stuff that if you want to keep that on this calendar. Some people prefer to keep their calendar separate. If you want to keep them overlapping, there's a category for that. Now, but here's the good news. You can change all of these and they will automatically update. So let's say you don't want to have a personal category. You wanted to have a, maybe you want to do grading, and this one is for sophomores. And then maybe this one is grading, but it's for your freshmen. So now those two will automatically come up here. So let's go ahead and put something in so you can see how it works. So on, let's see, I need to make sure my calendar right now is set up for the week of August 10th. So let's make sure that that's here. Okay. So let's say on Monday, August 10th, I am going to grade my letter to the teacher. I'm going to do the grading party from 10:45 to 11:15. The category is grading for sophomores. Okay, so now that you can see, I've got this labeled with my grading sophomores orange color. When I scroll over to the calendar, that grading block of time has already been blocked off. So it will automatically update the calendar for you no matter what you put over here. So if I wanted to add one more thing, let's say on the 12th, I'm going to go to department meeting, and that's from 8:45 to 9:15. This is a department task, so we'll call that. Automatically, it will be yellow for you, and then when I come on over here to that day, it will pop up. Oops, sorry. No, it won't, because I put it in for 2025, and that's not when I'm going. I'm going in 2026. So let's fix that, because that's my bad. How about August 2026 on the 12th? Much better. Okay, so now when we come over, there it is. So there's my department meeting is on the calendar, auto-populated. So now one more time, if we zoom out, you can see the whole calendar at a glance. You can see the blocks by color, the different tasks that you have going on. So that's really awesome. This is the core piece of how this calendar works. Then you also have just some general checklists for important things you want to remember, notes you want to jot down, any goals you want to have focused on, or any habits you want to track. These habits are also, of course, you can edit them to whatever you want them to be. But let's say you moved your body on day 1 and day 2, maybe day 3 and day 7. You'll get this kind of automatic updated counter to move for you, which is really sweet. And you can just track that on your own. The last thing I'll share with you, I guess 2 more things I'll share with you, is I recommend having and keeping one of these blank. So we're going to go ahead and undo everything to keep this calendar blank. Let's undo, go back to a fresh beginning. All right, so we're going to just get rid of this. Goodbye. And make this a clean slate. Okay, so this is a clean slate. What you can do here with sheets is you can duplicate them. So if you want to leave the first one blank, I can hit duplicate, and then this one I can rename it. Where did rename go? Hello. And this can be week 1 of your school year, or this could be, you could name it the first day of the week. So maybe this is August 10th. However you want to organize your calendar, each sheet is a week. Okay, so you've seen how to change the different weeks. This is an example of one of my early weeks in August that I've actually done before. And the last little detail that's just for fun is if you wanted to change the graphics out that are here at the top. I've given you a lot of different sample ideas just for fun, but if you just want to remove them entirely, you can click on them and hit delete. I think there are 3 of them total to fit that whole entire space. And you can either completely get rid of, whoops. Oh my goodness. You can get rid of this or just make it really tiny and just have that. We can put it back to where I had it. And then you can insert an image over cells. So that's what I've been using. And you've got a bunch of different fun graphics to use in your folder. So let's say I wanted to do the pins. There they are. I just drag it to fit. And then I think I messed up my sizing a little bit, but that's okay. It's really flexible. You can do it however you like. So there are my pins. I'm just hitting Control C or Command C if you're on a Mac, and then paste. So now I've got 2, and then I'm just going to move these to go side by side until I've filled in my beautiful top of my planner. So you can change those out by the month or change them out however you want. Just leave it if it's not a big deal to you. And that's there for you to play with. So I hope you have fun. Thank you so much for being here, and enjoy your time blocking calendar. I hope that you are super duper productive.